This is one of the ways in which democracy is broken.
It's called political gerrymandering, and a case about an extreme version of it is before the Supreme Court.
Gerrymandering is one of these offenses that allows there to be a rift between what voters want and what legislators do.
The people who decide the district's borders are the politicians in power every 10 years.
Whoa, why is it that I'm here and I'm in one district, and if you go 1 mile in any direction from where I am, it's a different district? Like, what is that?
I say it is time to say hasta la vista to gerrymandering.
If we're to live in a democracy in the truest sense of the word, then there has to be a way for the people's will to be reflected in the government. I came to the Woodrow Wilson School with an idea to lead a policy workshop on the subject of redistricting and partisan gerrymandering.
Redistricting is just the process by which a group of people is put together into some shape that you get a representative for that shape that you're put together in. Gerrymandering is kind of the manipulation of those shapes to better achieve partisan or specific interests. It's not a new phenomenon, and it's definitely something that's pretty ingrained in our political process. What is new is the skill and ability by which actors can really, with mathematical precision, build complicated maps that accomplish their goals.
One thing that's unique about this policy workshop is the marriage of data and policy and law. Woodrow Wilson students come in with a strong appreciation of policy and wanting to make a piece of government work better. The Princeton Gerrymandering Project is working full-time on issues of redistricting and fairness, and they bring that technical expertise to the table. Together, we're hoping to come up with a report that will be of practical use to this new commission.
So our initial client was Voters Not Politicians, which is this group in Michigan who sort of proposed and campaigned for Initiative 2, which would establish an independent redistricting commission in Michigan.
When we got to Michigan and started talking to people, that's when not only it became real to me, or it sort of solidified and as a real issue, but also just became exciting.
Michigan is the site of one of the most extreme partisan gerrymanders in the country. There were about half a dozen bad gerrymanders after the census of 2010, and so right off the bat, it's a place where there's a bad partisan offense, where politicians have chosen their voters instead of voters choosing their legislators.
So 6 of us went to Michigan to meet with different stakeholders there, and 3 of us went to California, where we met with academics and also commissioners.
So the idea is to bring the students into the policy process and have them give advice using all best evidence and give that to Michigan.
It gives the opportunity to connect not only what we're sitting around a table learning about in a classroom to an issue, but it gives us the opportunity to see that issue in real life.
One thing that's been really good for me running this workshop is that, look, I run a neuroscience research laboratory in the Neuroscience Institute, and we work on big data problems, but they're all having to do with neuroscience. Getting involved in the Woodrow Wilson School, this policy workshop, has been a chance to take these interests of mine that have become a major research interest of mine and turn them into a real work product.
I'm with classmates who also come from all different backgrounds and bring different skill sets to it, and none of us came in with any experience in gerrymandering or voting rights work or any background, so we've all kind of been learning together, but it's been really wonderful to sort of pull on everyone's strengths as we work through this.
If I went into this year thinking I would come out an expert in gerrymandering, that would have really surprised me.
To learn how to take any topic or any issue and go from knowing very little about it in a very short period of time, not to be an expert, but to be fluent enough to produce something of value for others. And that's a really exciting opportunity to have.
We want to make sure that this gets implemented properly. The really cool thing is that for the first time ever, millions of Michiganders will actually be able to participate in the redistricting process.